Hope you're all still awake. Late Night Mega here. And we're back with this team again, but we have changed up the Gyarados. This is an Assault Vest Gyarados. And the EV spread is a bit different. It's max HP, it's got like 104 attack EVs, and then there's a split between defense and special defense. Mostly leaning more on the physical defense side. So we're going to try this out. We've got Charizard, Hawlucha, Dracozolt. Yeah, I've never fought one of those before. A Gyarados, Rhyperior, and a Bisharp. Or Bisharp, because he's sharp on both sides. That's what that means, right? Alright, well, it looks like Rotom is really good here. Against practically everything. I said practically everything. We're going to bring the Lucario because that also looks fairly good here. At least against the things that aren't flying. Then I just need something for the things that are flying. Maybe my own Gyarados? And Gyarados just, again, looks great against most things. In reality, though, I'm sure I brought the wrong Pokemon. I should have brought... What should I have brought? Raytheon doesn't seem to... Maybe I should have brought Sylveon somewhere. Oh, there's a Rhyperior. Hi there, my name's Rotom. And we're just going to go ahead and fire off a Will-O-Wisp. We'll see what this does. We were able to get back to our gym leader music. No, he actually stayed in. He must be like setting up rocks or something. Yeah. Okay. I'll go burned Rhyperior for rocks. Though I have Gyarados, so that's kind of gonna hurt. Other than Gyarados, I don't think rocks hurt my team too much. Although it does make me wish even more that I had Sylveon. And here's Arctozolt. It is in Electric Ice type. I've never fought against one of these. You're gonna come to find out real quick that I've never fought against one of these. So I'm like, what is this thing even gonna do to me? What should I be doing to it? Well, let's just Volt Switch out of here and see what happens. Well, that's what happens. It has Volt Absorb. Yeah, by this point it's obvious I've never fought one of these. Freeze Dry. All that damage I just did to the thing, and now I'm in trouble. And I believe this is my big mistake of this battle. But let's see if we can still turn this around. Okay, so now that we know it has Freeze Dry, we also don't want Gyarados. So let's go with Lucario, because he can resist Freeze Dry. And there's the Focus Sash just very slightly breaking. Oh gosh. Is he gonna switch? That's the question. He doesn't know that I have Gyarados in the back. Now, I probably could have nasty... I probably should have nasty plotted there. Because if I had nasty plotted, I might have been okay. I don't know what he was expecting switching Rhyperior back into this. I'm like, oh no, I'm activating weakness policy, which it doesn't have. Yeah, because a fighting attack would have been super effective against that too, so I I don't know what he was doing there. Oh, hi there, Gyarados. I really wish I had... I mean, I can go for a flinch chance. I guess we'll do that. That was 20%. It did a chunk. Okay. Dragon Dance. Oh, this is bad. It's a Dragon Dance Moxie Gyarados. This is going to be really bad. Which means, yeah, I was totally expecting the Dynamax here after this. I'm going to knock out my Lucario. There's not much I can do about this. I'm going to be able to send in my Gyarados after this, and we'll get the attack drop, which will reset him to just +1 attack instead of being +2. He's about to get another attack boost here from killing this Lucario. And he's setting the rain. Yeah, I think I should have went with Sylveon over Gyarados, maybe. I don't know if that would actually help. But if my Rotom was at full health, I could probably be sending that out. Oh, maybe, maybe not, because I'm sure this thing will have max overgrowth. But we have max rockfall here. Let's just see how defensive this Gyarados is. Again, I don't know how we're killing that Arctozolt now. Oh yeah, and the Stealth Rocks hurt us big time there. Max Airstream. Okay, we're... That is from a +1 Gyarados. Let's see how much damage we can do, even though we're only slightly invested. We did not do nearly enough damage. This must be a fairly bulky Gyarados setup. Because I do have another match with the Gyarados where the Dynamax Gyarados is at like that HP and a max Rockfall kills it. Yeah, spoilers for some time, and I don't even know if it's in this video or if it's going to be in the next one. But I know what happens. Okay, so that was the first showing of our Assault Vest Gyarados. Not super impressive here. Maybe what I should have done is instead of... if I wouldn't have done the thing with the Volt Switch on the Arctozolt, this battle would have been entirely different. Because what I would have done is if this Rotom had full health and still had Citrus Berry, I'd have sent that in against the Dynamax Gyarados instead and went for the Max Lightning, which would most likely have killed the thing. But now we're not killing the thing. Oh dang, we still took that. What, you don't have Power Whip? Okay. So what do we need to kill this Arctozolt? We need it to miss a 100% accuracy move. Or we need to get like a super duper double triple critical hit here. We need to get multiple critical hits with one Hydro Pump. That's what we need to do. I'm surprised that didn't happen. And then Freeze Dry. Okay, so we still kind of made a comeback there. That Arctozolt really threw me off. Like I said, I never battled against one before, and that Volt Absorb just, yeah. That was bad. But now I know. And knowing is half the battle. That's part of the process. Is not just experimenting with team building, but also experimenting with how to battle and combat different Pokemon and different situations. I was trying to get to not Oleon. We just found another trainer right away. Tyranitar, Charizard, Rotom, Weezing, Snorlax, and Dragapult. That's a team. And it looks like there's 3 things that are immune to and or absorb toxic spikes. So I don't think toxic spikes is the answer here, but then how do I contend with that Snorlax? Maybe you won't just bring the Snorlax. Whenever you hope that your opponent doesn't bring a particular Pokemon because it'll be really good against your team, they bring that Pokemon. So if you're ever looking at a team preview and you're like, I hope my opponent doesn't bring this, expect them to bring that and plan your picks around that. That's my advice. I don't necessarily follow it. Our opponent's locked in. I still have no idea what I'm doing here. It's the whole, I want to bring something to stop the Snorlax, but I don't want to just have it stopping the Snorlax. I guess we'll go, yeah, Dragapult, Lucario, Sylveon. Lucario can help against some stuff. We're up against Crash with a capital R and S, so I don't know how you enunciate that. And no, I'm not going to attempt to. Hey, there's a Rotom. It's almost like I expected this to happen. So, yeah, we know what we're going to do here. We're going to do a nice chunk of damage to this Rotom off of a Choice Banded U-turn. Wow, that really didn't do much damage. That's from a Choice Band. That's got to be a max HP, max defense, plus defense nature. It's got to be like my Rotom wash. I'm going to bring out Lucario because Lucario does not care if he gets burned. Everyone's like, oh, yeah. We got him. He switched in. He was expecting Volt. No, I was expecting Will-O-Wisp there. We have a special attacking Lucario. That's why I do not care about this. Well, let's set up. They switch out. Let's send in Charizard. Okay. We can't do anything to this Charizard. We can't do anything to this Charizard. So we need to get out of here and go to something that's... Well, Sylveon, it's time to test your defensive prowess here. There's a flamethrower. Okay. Oh, dang. This Sylveon is kind of interesting. It's got max HP and like 240 defense EVs, and the rest in special defense, which is really not much. It does have a minus attack plus special defense nature. I'm not sure which one that is, if it's careful or calm. I think it's calm. But yeah, that Charizard attack did not do much. We're going to set up a Wish here. And there's a Snorlax. Okay, so we know our opponent's 3. They know our 3. But what can we do about it, is the question. We can switch in Dragapult. Because I don't know what this thing's doing. It's going to go for a Body Slam. Okay. And our wish happened and we were already full, so nothing happened. Unfortunately, but... You know, that's okay. It's okay, we're good. Let's U-turn out of here because we're not going to kill this Snorlax. But again, we'll get some chip damage on the thing. Lucario, maybe? I don't know how I'm going to kill this Snorlax. Oh, that's not good. Well, sacking a Lucario is not going to kill the Snorlax. Let's go back to Dragon Ball. Because we're not going to kill this thing with Sylveon. There's no way. Go Dragon Darts? That's about all we got. At this point in the match, I'm kind of like, okay, we're totally losing this one. Especially if Dynamax is here, because we're not going to take down the Snorlax. The opponent's really thinking about what's going on here as we Dragon Dart. You know, if we could get a crit here... Oh, we got a critical hit! That critical hit mattered. That mattered. Okay, and suddenly, thanks to a little bit of luck, we are back in this. Surprised we didn't trigger a berry in that. I wonder what that Snorlax was holding. You know, whatever. Snorlax is dead. We don't have to worry about it. Rotom. We can't have this Dragapult burned. We are putting our chips on this Dragapult. There's a Will-O-Wisp. Oh, it got a miss, but I don't think that matters too much. We don't really need to be setting up a Wish here. What I should be doing is Mystical Fire to cut the special attack of whether the Rotom wants to stay in or if the Charizard wants to come out. And it looks like Charizard's coming out. Which seems a little odd because I don't know what this... This Charizard kind of ran away from us before. We didn't... you know, for that being a resisted hit, and us having no points in our special attack, that did a decent chunk of damage. I'm not disappointed by that. Hurricane, that is not the damage output this Charizard is looking for. And you know what, we're going to mitigate his damage output even more with a Mystical Fire. Which again is not going to be super effective, but it is going to... It's going to get some chip damage on the Charizard. Ooh, that miss was big too. Gonna get some chip damage. Our wish came true, so we go back up to full. I'm loving this Sylveon. I should just go more Mystical Fire. I'm gonna go Wish in case he, Oh. Okay. Oh man, this makes me wish I had used Hyper Voice instead and just thrown some more damage on this Rotom, because then Dragapult would be in a position to come in and clean up. And so here I go for the Hyper Voice thinking, okay, well maybe he's just going to stay in with this. I should have went for the Mystical Fire again. I guess our opponent kind of foresaw this. A little bit more damage on the thing there. Let's go for a Mystical Fire. Alright, what you got, opponent? You know, we went from, like, me thinking I was just going to flat out lose this thing to, you know, this has turned into quite a competitive match. Okay, this is the Gigantamax Charizard. G-Max Wildfire. That's going to do extra damage at the end of every turn. Mystical Fire. cut your attack there. And 91 down to 58. Dang. That is a lot of extra damage. I kind of want to stall your Dynamax turns. I don't want to Dynamax this Sylveon. We won't survive a hit, will we? I can max guard. But then I'm still going to take that wildfire damage at the end of the turn. I can't set up a wish. I'll just die. What if I just go for protect? Oh, I don't know what the play is here. We'll just go for a protect. We'll see if we live this. There's a max airstream. Oh, maybe I should have went for the max guard because now this Charizard's going to be faster than my Dragapult. Most likely. Well, that's not good news. But if we Dynamax the Dragapult as soon as we come out, we should have the HP to survive, because he hasn't boosted his special attack. And we did get a Mystical Fire on him. Okay, going for the... You're definitely going to be faster than my Charizard, but you are out of Dynamax turns. You did get the Sylveon, though. If I played that a bit differently and did the Mystical Fire as the Charizard was switching in, I would have been in a much, much better position, because then I could have gotten a second Mystical Fire off when he went for the G-Max Wildfire, then we probably could have gotten Wish and Protect going. We'd have had a great time. But you know what? It's my turn to maximize my potential. Another advantage to Dynamaxing here is since we just sent out the Dragapult, we are not locked into... Yeah, that did like nothing. We're not locking ourselves into a move. Our choice band is not in effect, so when we get to a point where we're not Dynamaxed anymore, we'll still have free reign to pick whichever attack we want. Now, the problem with this setup is I don't have anything to switch into, so this Rotom is going to be able to burn us. That's my biggest issue right now. But Max Phantasm, let me check this. It does lower the defense stat. So we can get 2 turns of Max Phantasm, and maybe that'll make up for... Oh, yes. That is the damage we needed. Well, actually, the damage we need is for that thing to go to 0, but I was not expecting that to happen against a physically defensive Rotom against a physical Dragapult. Yep. We're burned. But I can get another defense drop. Now, while I can't switch out, I was at a disadvantage there. I couldn't switch to something else to take that Will-O-Wisp. They can't switch out their Rotom that is sitting there with now 2 defense drops. And this Rotom's not going to have anything to kill it. That's why we were running Hex on Rotom. Maybe I need to go back to having Hex on Rotom. That's okay, we're still fine. We're fine. Dragon Darts, you're done. Not even going to play around with this. Well, this turned into quite a close contest. One where we were able to pull out ahead. Alright, awesome. Thanks to Sylveon. I'm liking that Pokemon too. Much better than Clefable was doing. Alright. So, with that... I wonder, do I need the Modem, or the Rotom Wash, or could I switch that to like a Rotom Mow? Get grass in here. I don't know. Well, I'll see you guys next time.